A very good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of the FDP team, SKIT College Jaipur, I, Dr. Achin Srivastava, Faculty, Department of Mechanical Engineering, welcome the delegates and participants on the first day, third session of Atal-sponsored 5-day FDP on Industrial Internet of Things. We are proud to have an eminent academician and researcher, Dr. Prasenjit Chanak sir among us. It is a matter of great honor and privilege to welcome Dr. Prasenjit Chanak. Is currently working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, BHU Varanasi. Prior to this, he served as an assistant professor in the Department of Information and Communication Technology at Atal Bihari Vajpayee Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management, Gwalior, from December 2016 to August 2020. He received his BTech, MTech, and PhD degree in Information Technology from the Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, Shibpur, in 2007, 2011, and 2016, respectively. He has executed various Government of India sponsored projects from DST, ICSSR, and SERV. He has published more than 60 research papers in different reputed international journals and conferences. He has also published 5 Indian patents. He has organized several international conferences and delivered numerous invited talks in international conferences in the country and abroad. He has been a regular reviewer of leading technical journals and listed in the golden list of reviewers of IEEE transactions several times. He is also a recipient of CSIR Government of India National PhD Fellowship. He has received several national and international awards like Chester Searle Award by IEEE Transactions on Consumer Electronics, New Jersey, USA. He has also received Best PhD Thesis Award by Computer Society of India. He has also received Young Scientist Award by DST 2017, Government of India. He has also got the Best Paper Award International Conference on Advances in Computing and Communications, Kochi, India in 2012. He has also received a Best Paper Award in Technology Symposium 2014 at IIT Kharagpur. Dr. Chanak is a member of IEEE USA, ECM USA, and a life member of Indian Science Congress Association. His research interests are wireless sensor networks, Internet of Things, cyber physical networks, machine learning, consumer electronics. So on the behalf of Atal-sponsored FDP team SKIT College, I extend a hearty welcome and express our gratitude to Dr. Prasenjit Chanak for accepting our invitation to grace this occasion. Now I request Dr. Prasenjit Chanak sir to kindly enlighten the audience by sharing your knowledge on topic IIoT and its applications. Over to Dr. Prasenjit Chanak sir.
Thank you, Dr. Achin, for nice introduction, and thank you, Dr. Dheeraj ji, for inviting me, and also thank you, Pabin, and other participants. First, I just share my PPT, and after that, I will immediately start my presentation. Now my PPT is visible. Anyone?
Yes, sir. Is visible, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So good afternoon, all. And myself, Dr. Prasenjit Chanak. I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Indian Institution of Technology, Varanasi. Today, this is not a talk, this is a discussion. Okay. I will just show up my some work and we just discuss regarding this work and how this work basically help in society. That we will discuss. Okay. During this discussion, if you have any question, then immediately you can ask, and otherwise in the end of this presentation we will discuss. Okay. Now today's topic is very interesting topic, industrial IoT and its application. I hope some of the people heard this terminology IoT, Internet of Things. Now another I is basically added with this, that is industrial IoT. That core thing is IoT. Now we just added another terminology with this particular topic, that is industrial IoT. Okay, that is in full form of these things, that industrial Internet of Things. Okay, now let's look what is the meaning of these things. Now this is the outline of my talk. That first I will discuss regarding the introduction of industrial IoT. I hope you have some idea about that industrial IoT, because today from morning you just listen this particular topic, that industrial IoT. However, I will discuss little bit introduction about the IoT. After that, I will discuss regarding the theoretical development of this particular topic, and we will also discuss hardware development, that how basically hardware is basically making for this particular application. It is an application, IoT application in industry. That's why it is basically called industrial IoT. Okay. So we will discuss that how basically hardware is developed, okay, for this particular technology. After that, we will also discuss some interesting application, those we have developed in our lab. Okay. Now let's start. Now in this particular slide, you can see I have mentioned some automobile industry pictures. Okay. In leftmost picture, you can see it is an old picture. It is basically a old automobile industry where that huge number of human basically engaged to build up the product. Okay. If you think about the scenario of automobile industry and 50 years back, then on that time what happened, whatever the product basically made in automobile industry, that product is basically made by huge number of human beings. Okay, and whenever that huge number of human beings are basically involved to integrate or develop a particular product, then what types of the problem is basically coming? Basically, it requires a lots of time. Okay, time is one of the major factor. After that, accuracy also a major factor. Okay, so these are the so many factors. Cost also a most important factor. Whenever number of human beings are basically increased to develop a particular product or integrate a particular product, then cost of that particular product also increase. After that, what happened, that whenever advancement is done within the technology, then that automobile industry basically adopt some technology to automate that manufacturing of car. Okay, that technology is basically reduced that number of man involvement to integrating a particular product. Okay, and also increase the accuracy to build up a particular product. Okay, that advancement is basically done in modern automobile industry. That also reduce the cost of the product. Okay, whenever that the number of manpower is basically reduced, then cost of the product also reduced. Okay, that thing is basically done. After that, nowadays we also try to advance our technology in such a way that we can control anything, whatever the happening within the automobile industry, that everything can be controlled from a remote location. And other word, you can say that we can just observe whatever the happening within the automobile industry. Okay, that thing we try to develop. That suppose that some engineer or some person is basically sitting on his or her home, and they basically try to look that how the thing is basically going on within the industry, and they also try to control some machinery. Okay, that thing we basically try to develop. For that, what happens if we try to develop such types of things, that we just try to control that welding machine from our home? Okay, on that case we require a most important technology, that is internet. Okay, with the help of the internet we can access the information, okay, that actually captured by different sensor. That sensor are basically deployed in automobile industry, and that real information is basically coming to our portable device, in our smartphone, in our laptop. Okay, and with the help of this particular portable device, laptop, smartphone, we can control our machine that actually plays in the automobile industry, and we can see what is the condition of that particular machine. So such types of the things we just try to develop through Internet of Things application. That is the future of automobile industry. Okay, and if we capable to do that things, then what happened? Then obviously product cost also reduced. Okay, and better management is basically done within the automobile industry. Okay, and lots of other benefit also have. Okay. So now first we try to understand what is the meaning of IoT. The full form of IoT is Internet of Things. Okay. Now, if we're talking about the Internet of Things, I have mentioned a formal definition of Internet of Things. However, first we try to understand informally what is the meaning of IoT, Internet of Things. Now, suppose we have so many physical objects in our surrounding. Okay, if you seated in your room, then you can find out so many physical objects that actually present in your room. Suppose that most common physical object that we found in our room, that is water bottle. Okay, that also a physical object. Our fan is also a physical object. Okay, and everything, that your pen, okay, dot pen, that also a physical object. These are the different physical objects that actually present in our surrounding, and we also use this physical object in our daily life. Now, if anyhow we capable to connect this physical object to the internet, then it is called an IoT, Internet of Things. And whenever we connect a physical object to internet, we should have an objective. Otherwise, there is no meaning to connect any physical object to the internet. Okay, whenever we connect a physical object to internet, we should have a objective, very clear objective. Okay, then there is a significance of IoT. Otherwise, there is no significance of that. If we only connect our physical object to the internet, there is no meaning of that. Okay. Now, suppose that we try to connect our water bottle to internet. Okay. Then first question coming in our mind, why we connect our water bottle to internet? Okay. Answer is that if we capable to connect our water bottle to internet, how it is done, that is different thing. Now is objective. If we capable to connect anyhow our water bottle to internet, then what happen? We can monitor what is the water condition, how much remaining water is basically present in our water bottle. Okay, that thing we can monitor. Okay, if we capable to monitor this thing, then what happens? Suppose that we are just attending a important meeting in our office. Okay, and another office boy is basically responsible to refill water within our water bottle. Okay, if anyhow that water is basically empty in our water bottle, and that information is basically goes to that particular boy who is responsible to refill our water bottle, then what happens? He can immediately come to my office and refill my water bottle. Okay, there is no requirement that I just stop my presentation and call this particular boy that please refill my water. Okay, that thing not required. Okay, so this type of benefit we can achieve through IoT technology. Okay, and another thing, you can take another example. We have that means we all are the academician, and our most common usable things is that ball pen. Okay, ball pen. I hope that everyone use this particular physical object as an academician. Okay. Now suppose that whenever we just writing anything, if in middle of writing, if ink is basically empty, then what happens? If we have no other option, other pen, then we can face some problem. Okay. Now, if we capable to connect this particular pen to the internet, and internet basically monitor what is the condition of the ink, how much ink are basically remain in our ball pen. Okay. If internet basically perform these types of job, that they basically observe this thing, and whenever a reasonable amount of ink are basically present in our pen, okay, they immediately send me a message that your ink will be end within 15 minutes, within 20 minutes. Okay, and this amount of ink are basically remain. And also one message is basically passed on to other person who is responsible to refill our pen in our office. Okay, then what happened? That such types of the problems, that manual thing, whenever that manual thing is basically done, we just face some problem. If we make these types of automation, then what happens? We just solve some problem. Those actually occur during the manual management. Okay, so these types of things we can build up through IoT technology. Okay, now that Internet of Things, IoT, is indeed the features of communication that has transferred things, object of the real world into the smarter device. Okay, that also a most important part. That whenever one physical object is basically connected to internet, okay, through a communication technology, whenever we just try to connect a physical object to internet, then we must require a communication technology. That communication technology helps to transfer this information. If we're talking about the water bottle, how much water is basically present in our water bottle, that information is basically transferred through a wireless communication technology. Generally, we use wireless communication technology for transferring this information from physical object to internet. Okay, and whenever one physical object is basically connected to the internet, then we simply called it is a smart object. Why it is smart object? Because now this object is basically monitored by the internet, and internet can automatically make the decision what is the status of our physical object. Okay. Otherwise, what happens? If that object is not connected to the internet, then that object is unable to speak something. That what happened, that that water bottle. If you take the example water bottle unable to say that I require to refill. Okay. Now, if we just connected to these things, that water bottle to the internet, then what happens? Then internet can automatically detect that what is the water condition within the water bottle. That's why we're talking about this one is a smart object or smart device. Okay. The function aspect of IoT is to unite every object of the world in such a manner that the human have the ability to control via internet. Okay. Another perspective of IoT, if we capable to connect every physical object, whatever the physical object is basically exists in our you can say in our society. Okay, if we are capable to connect this all object to the internet, then what happens? Then human can control this all physical object from remote location. Okay. Once any physical object is basically connected to the internet, then what happens? With the help of the internet, we can access what is the exact condition of this particular physical object from remote location. Okay. There is no need to physically present in that particular environment where the physical object is exists. We can access that the information regarding that particular physical object from the remote location, and with respect to that information, real life information, we can make the decision and we can control that particular object through this IoT technology. Okay. This object also provide regular as well as timely up to date and their current status to its end user. Okay. That thing is most important whenever we're talking about the IoT technology. That data sensing is a most important technology that actually played a vital role in IoT based technology development or IoT based solution development, because with the help of the sensor we just capture the physical condition of object. Okay. In simple way, if you think that whenever we just make some decision, then how we make the decision? With respect to some observation, we just make some decision. Okay. Suppose that what happened, that let's just take our previous example, that water bottle. Okay. How we know that water bottle is basically required to refill or not? In general way, we basically observe or we basically see something. Okay, we basically sense something. What is the condition of the water. Okay, with respect to this information, this data, we just make the decision. Okay, that our eye basically detect what is the remaining water condition. Okay, that remaining water condition basically sensed by our eye. Okay, and after that what happened? Our brain basically compute this information, process this information, that that this water bottle is required to refill or not. After that, our brain is basically make the decision. Okay, depending on the real-time information. Same thing is happening in IoT technology also. Okay, in IoT technology, we have some sensor. That sensor is basically capture the real-time information from the object, or other word you can say from the monitoring object. Okay, and after that, this real-time capturing information basically process, and after processing, we have a special type of device, that is the microcontroller. Microcontroller basically make the decision that this water bottle is basically required to refill or not. Okay. Now, next thing, IoT is a new computing facility which consists of the features from the network, device and software. These are the different components that actually used in a IoT based solution development. One is the networking. Networking is basically required for the information transmission from one device to another device. Okay, and device, obviously device, that is basically sensor based device. Sensor based device basically attached with the physical
Dr. Prasanjit, I am sorry to interrupt you. Dr.
Yes.
Prasanjit. Yeah, sir, I guess slides are not moving because it is stuck to the first slide.
Now I'll just change this slide. I'm not changing this slide.
Because participants and we are just seeing the first slide since the start of the
now
session.
It is changing?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, it has changed now.
Okay.
And one participant has raised the hands. I guess if he or she can write in the chat box, otherwise we will take the query at the end.
Chat box is not visible in my end.
Okay. So
we will discuss late end of this presentation.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, IoT is a new computing facility that basically consists of network technology, device, and software. These are the technology are basically used to develop a IoT-based solution. Now, some application of IoT, Internet of Technology. IoT can be used in healthcare. Okay, that healthcare is basically, if we want to automate our healthcare system, then we can use a IoT technology. And IoT has a huge application in agriculture field also, livestock management, industrial management, smart city development, smart village development, home automation. These are the application area where we can use the IoT technology. Okay. Now, in that particular slide, I basically mentioned a typical application of IoT in smart village development. Okay, that most of the people are basically familiar with the smart city. Now, one concept is coming, that is the smart village. In that particular application, what happened? That whatever the physical object are basically present in our village, that physical object is basically connected to the internet for monitoring and controlling purpose. Okay, that is the objective of the smart village, because smart village is little bit different from smart city. In case of the smart city development, what happened? We have so many different technology are basically available. If you think in a city, we have a proper network infrastructure. We can use this proper network infrastructure to develop a smart city. However, in a typical village, we may have not such network infrastructure. Okay, that's why we just thinking in different way how all the objects are basically connect to the internet if on that particular village are not have any developed network infrastructure. Okay, so in that particular slide, you can see that the different physical object here is the animal. That animal also connected to the internet, and different agricultural field are basically connected to internet. Okay. In this application, whenever we just connected our field, okay, that's mean our agricultural field to the internet, then what happened? We can monitor that the growth of the crop, okay, and what type of the disease, what type of the pest are basically attacked within the crop, okay, and irrigation is basically required or not. Okay, so lots of benefit are actually we can achieve if we capable to develop a IoT based smart village. Okay, so this is a typical IoT application. Now, how it is possible? Okay, that whenever we're talking about the IoT based solution or IoT based application, then what happened? A large number of sensor, surveillance cameras, switches are basically attached with the physical object. Okay, and these sensors are basically capture the real life information. Okay, and this real life information basically transfer to the internet. Okay, and internet collect all this real life information. Okay, and whenever that internet is basically collect this all real life information, then what happen? Internet basically process this real life information, and after processing, that internet is basically make some decision. Now you just think that whenever we just connect physical object to the internet, then if that physical object is continuously monitored, then what happens? Then huge amount of the data is basically captured by the internet. Okay, or you can say that whatever the information is basically coming from that particular physical object to the internet, that size of this data is huge. Okay, because what happened during the monitoring process, one physical object is continuously monitored. Suppose that within a interval of 2 minutes or 1 minute, okay, that real life data is basically captured by the sensor, and sensor is basically transmit the data to the internet. Then what happened? In internet, we require a huge space to store this real life data. Okay, that's why what happened? We basically use a cloud server. Okay, cloud server is a cost-effective solution. Okay, we can use a dedicated server to store all this information, real life information. However, on that case, we require to purchase a server system. Okay, that is not a cost-effective solution. That's why generally in IoT application, what happened? We basically use a cloud server. That cloud server is basically store all the real information, and whenever that real data is basically coming to internet, that real data may not be useful. Okay, some of the cases what happened? Some of the data is basically missing. Okay, some of the information basically missing. Okay, and some of the data is basically changed due to wireless communication, because data is basically transferred from the physical object to cloud server that actually present in internet through wireless communication. During the wireless transmission, that what happened? That data transmission fault is basically occur frequently. data is basically changed. Okay, that's why whatever the real life data is basically stored in the cloud server, that may not be directly useful. Okay, directly used. That's why what happened, we require to data cleaning. Okay, data cleaning. Through the data cleaning, what happened, we just made our real life data just like a that's been capable for processing purpose, further processing purpose. Okay, first we perform the data cleaning. After that, what happened, whenever the data is ready for computation purpose, then what happened, we just process this data through AI based algorithm, artificial intelligence based algorithm. That different artificial intelligence algorithm or model are basically used to process this data. Okay, artificial intelligence based algorithm basically make some decision with respect to real life data, and whenever the decision is basically made, then we just implemented this decision. Okay, and that picture, whatever the picture I have mentioned in that end of this particular slide, that may not be clearly visible. However, you can guess an idea how the physical object is basically, here is a physical object. Okay, that physical object basically have some different sensor. This sensor sense the condition of the data, condition of this particular physical object or physical machine, and this data is basically transferred to that particular cloud server, and cloud server basically process this data, and whatever the decision is basically coming, that decision is basically transferred to the user. Okay, that is the whole process basically done within the IoT based solution. Now, whenever we're talking about the IoT based system, these are the major components that actually present in IoT based system. One is the physical object that we want to monitor. That is the most important part in our IoT based system. And one hardware component that you can say this hardware component also known as a IoT based device. Why this hardware component is basically required? That hardware component basically capture the real-time information. Okay, real-time information for what? Real-time information of this object, monitoring object. Okay, that hardware component basically contain different sensor, embedded software. Okay, that how this sensor is basically capture the data. That is all the things that basically present. Okay, in that particular device. And another also different types of hardware is basically required in our IoT based system. That hardware basically required for networking purpose, for data transmission purpose. These types of hardware also a part of IoT based system. And hardware basically contain a particular microcontroller, okay, sensor, actuator. Actuator is a different thing. Sensor are basically used for sensing the physical parameter. Okay, suppose we want to sense that the temperature. Okay, then we require a sensor. An actuator, if we make some decision, okay, suppose that we want to switch off our pump, water pump, then that decision we can implement it through a actuator device. Okay, actuator device basically used to implement our decision in real environment. Okay, so these are the different components that actually used to make a IoT based device. That IoT based device is basically used for capturing real life information and implementing some deals. Obviously, whenever we're talking about the IoT based systems, then we require a communication module. Okay, communication module is basically used for data transmission purpose. Okay, that means how we just transmit the data from the device to internet. That thing is basically handled by the communication. We have the different technology, communication technology, 6LoWPAN, okay, LWM2M, that is low power machine to machine communication protocol, IPv4, IPv6. These are the protocol are basically used in IoT system. And we also use some software, okay, in our IoT based system. Okay, these are the major components. Now, whenever we're talking about the network technology that actually used in our IoT based systems, I have made a particular diagram for our smart village application. And that paper basically we published in IEEE Transaction, where we just give that which types of available technology are basically communication technology basically available. Okay, as per our requirement, we can use any communication technology to develop a IoT based system. Okay, network type and features. Okay, I'm not going to the details about these things. Okay, I just give a brief idea. These are the possible technology we have to develop a IoT based technology. Okay. Now again, the detailed technical specification of the communication technology that I have mentioned in that particular slide. Okay, that I just keep because these are not so much interesting as per your background. Okay. Now, and IoT enabled WSN, that also a most important part for a IoT based system. Okay, we are basically used a wireless sensor network for data capture. Okay, that also basically give a low cost solution. Okay. What happened? I just briefly describe what is the meaning of WSN. WSN means that wireless sensor network. Okay. That also is another types of data gathering network. Okay, and that network is basically working without any internet connectivity. Okay, in that particular network, what happened? Different types of sensor. These are the sensing device. These devices are basically capable to sense some physical parameters. Okay. Now, what happened? These sensing devices are basically capture real-time information and transmit this data to a particular base station. Base station means a high computing machine. Okay. Now this base station collect all this data and transmit this data to the end user through internet. Now what happened in our IoT based system? If we try to connect each and every device to internet, then what happened? That system cost is basically increased, because whenever we just try to connect a particular physical object to the internet, some extra communication module is basically required to add. Okay, that's why system cost is basically increased. Okay, now what happened? For reducing the system cost, we are basically take the help of wireless sensor network, because wireless sensor network we can develop such types of network without any internet connectivity. Okay, that low cost communication module are basically used in this particular sensing device. These communication devices are basically help us to transmit the data to the base station, and base station is basically connected to the internet. Now what happened? This network is basically capture the real-time information, and this information is basically transferred to the base station, and base station basically process this data or pass this data to the end user. Okay, so that is the IoT enabled wireless sensor network. That network is basically used for developing a low-cost IoT-enabled solution or IoT-enabled solution. Now, whenever we're talking about that hardware device, okay. Now, each IoT-based hardware device is a sensing device. We can also call it is a sensor node. In our technological term, we basically use this terminology, sensor node. Okay. That hardware device is basically containing these types of module, that in one sensor node or in any IoT device, we have one microcontroller. Okay. We have one transceiver. Okay. That is the communication module. That module is basically used for transmitting the data from the device to any other device or internet. Okay. And obviously we have some different sensors. Okay. These sensors are basically used to capture the physical parameter from the monitoring object or monitoring environment. We have one power source. Okay. That power source are basically supply power to that particular board. These are the major components that actually present in a typical sensor node as well as the IoT enabled device. Okay. Now, a typical sensor node or IoT device look like these types of these types, that is Maker 2 mode. Okay. This board is basically used for the data capturing. Here is no, in that particular mode, we have no sensor. We have only microcontroller and power supply and communication module. Now sensor look like that I have mentioned here, the soil moisture sensor. This is one type of sensor. You can use the vibration sensor. Okay. Sensor are not capable to transmit the data to the internet. Okay. Sensor only used to capture the physical information. Okay. And that particular physical sensor only working through this particular board. Without this board, this sensor are unable to work. Okay. What happened? Sensor are basically connected to that particular board. Okay. Through different that pin are basically available. Okay. With the help of the connecting jacket wire, we just connect this sensor to that particular board, and whenever we just connect the sensor to the particular board, then board are basically send some current voltage to that particular sensor. With respect to that particular voltage, that sensor are basically start working and send something, and after that what happened, whatever the signal basically sensed by the sensor, that signal is basically transferred to that particular board, and this board has one microcontroller. Okay, that microcontroller is basically control all the things, that how much voltage is basically required to transfer to that particular sensor. Okay, and how the signal is basically captured from the sensor. Is all the thing is basically controlled by the microcontroller. And microcontroller also responsible to transfer this data from this particular board to the internet. That is a typical sensor node, and as well as you can say that is a physical structure of a IoT based device. Now in that particular picture, I have shown you that one small network, okay, that we have developed in our laboratory, okay, where this sensor node, these are the different nodes, or you can say device. Okay, these devices are capable to sense some physical parameter. Okay, here we use the IR sensor. Okay, IR sensor. that means IR sensor basically emitting some light. Okay, and if some physical object is basically moving, then this sensor is basically sense this variation of signal, and this thing is captured by this particular board. And what happened after capturing this information is transferred to internet. Okay, internet is basically available in that particular laptop. Okay, and one master board is connected to that particular laptop. That master board capture all the information. Those are basically transferred from these different devices. Okay, after capturing this data is basically processed and transferred to the user through internet. Okay, that is a laboratory based small IoT based network. Okay. Now, whenever we're talking about the IoT based sensor network or IoT based network, okay, in that particular network we have so many different challenging issues. Okay, that means performance. Till now, the performance of the IoT based network is not so high. Okay, in this network we have different types of challenges. What is the challenges? That the most important challenge is energy optimization. Okay, energy optimization, that means if you look that particular physical network or real network, in each device have a fixed power supply. Okay, once this power supply is discharged, then we require to again recharge this battery. Okay, that is not so much flexible, that again and again we just recharge this particular battery. Okay, that is not a good solution. That's why if we capable to develop a energy saving techniques that basically reduce the number of recharge. Okay, that's why still now we are working with that how we just increase that the network lifetime. That means how we just minimize the energy consumption of the IoT based. Okay, data routing problem also present. Okay, because I have already told you that during the data transmission, wireless data transmission, that so many disturbances basically created due to the physical object that actually present in our environment. Okay, in industry, that disturbance is very much. Okay, what happened in industry? That so many different machines are basically running. Okay, therefore, what happened during the data transmission? That the noise are basically affect, or you can say that lost the information during the transmission, because whenever the machine is basically going on in the industry, that machine also create different noise. That noise is basically destroy our information. That's why these things also we require to develop in such a way that how we just prevent this external disturbance during the data transmission. Okay, that is not affecting our data. Okay. So these are the different challenging issues that actually present in IoT based network. Okay. Now data gathering, how the data gathering is basically performed in our IoT based network. For data gathering, we are basically a clustering approach. Okay, clustering approach, basically what happened, we just make different small size of group. Okay, a group of node are basically we just made within the networks, and this group of node are basically whenever we just this group of node are basically called the cluster. And whenever we're talking about a cluster are basically have a cluster head and some cluster member. Okay, so what happened, that cluster member node is basically transfer the data to the cluster head, and cluster head basically transfer this data to the base station. That also a energy efficient solution. So clustering based technology we nowadays are basically used for energy consumption reduction. Okay. Cluster based data transmission technology or data gathering technology basically increase the lifetime of the network. Okay. Now that is one of my research paper where that the clustering techniques are basically developed that actually effectively increase the lifetime of the network. Okay. Large scale sensor network are basically used in IoT based application development. Okay. So I'm not going to the details about that particular paper because it is time consuming. I just give a brief idea what things we just basically done within that particular paper. Okay, in that case, what happened that whenever the data transmission is basically done within the deployed node, then actually that the energy dissipation rate are basically different. Okay, because energy consumption rate are basically depending on the transmission energy or transmission distance. Okay, you can see within that particular picture we have some circle. This circle is basically sensor node. Okay, these sensor node are basically deployed in a monitoring field. Okay, for capturing some physical parameter. Now, what is the work of this sensor node? This sensor node basically sends the physical parameter and transmits this data to base station. Suppose that base station is placed in outside of this network, and base station is connected to the internet. Base station collect all the information from the deployed sensor node, process this data, and transmit this data to the end user. That is the function. Now, what happened? Whenever this node are basically transmit the data to the base station, then energy consumption rate of this node are basically depending on the transmission distance. Now, from this particular figure, you can see that transmission distance is basically vary in different distance, different node. That's why energy consumption rate is basically different, and for that some of the node are basically died faster and some of the node is basically died later. In that case, one popular problem that basically work within the arrive within the network, that is the energy hole problem. Energy hole problem. In energy hole problem, what happened? Some of the node are basically died, okay. And for this red node are basically died. This particular picture, you can say some of the node are basically died, and in that side some of the node are basically alive. This green node are alive. Okay. However, that for this dead node, these nodes are unable to transmit the data to the base station, because these nodes are basically transmit data through the multi-hop communication. Multi-hop means this node transmit data, this node to this node. Okay, that's fashion that data is transmitted. Okay, and whenever this middle portion of the node are basically died, then what happens? Then alif node is unable to transmit the data to the base station. Okay. That problem we are basically solving in this particular paper through effective clustering solution. Okay. Effective clustering solution. That is the reduce energy consumption, reduce cluster traffic load, okay, balance energy consumption among the cluster head. So these are the different modules that actually used in that particular paper to solve this particular problem. Okay. Now I'm not going to the details. Okay, I just give you the brief idea. Here we also use a fuzzy-based technology for effective load management in the node. Okay. Now that node classification is done. Okay, after cluster formation, how the node is basically arranged, that thing I basically mention here. Okay. That thing is basically mentioning. Now, I just keep this all the portion because these are the theoretical portion. You may not be interested on this theoretical development. I am just going to the application portion. Okay, these are the few results. Okay, that is the simulation result. I also skip this result. These are also simulation result. Now is the interesting application. Here, that is one of my patent that I have already published. That is the industrial machine health monitoring. Okay. In that application, what happened? Sorry. In that application, we just basically developed. In that particular application, what is the objective? That we just try to monitor health condition of different machines. Those are basically used in the industry. Okay. In that case, what happened? We just basically use some IoT based sensing device that basically capture different physical parameters related to a particular machine. Okay. Suppose that vibration, sound, temperature. Okay, these types of the real information we are basically capture through the sensor based IoT device. Okay, now this device is basically attached with the machine. Okay, and this sensing device continuously monitor different physical parameters. Okay, and this real life information are basically transferred to industrial cloud. We have made a industrial cloud to store this real life information or processing this information. Okay, and processing also done within the cloud server. Yes. Okay. Now what happened? That real information that is basically transferred first to a slab node. Okay, that is a special type of node, or you can say that is also acting as a routing node. Okay, that node is basically first all the IoT based sensing device transmit their real life data to that particular slab through wireless communication. Okay, this intermediate node collect all the data and transmit this data to the cloud server through gateway node. Okay, gateway node is another hardware device that actually help to connect this particular network to internet. Okay, now these are all the intermediate device that actually use to transfer the data from the physical IoT based device to our cloud server. Okay, these are the gateway, and that is the mobile tower. Okay, these are the intermediate node. With the help of this intermediate node, we are basically gathering the data within the cloud. Okay, that thing automatically monitor. That means whatever the data is basically captured by these physical devices, this data automatically stored within that industrial cloud. Now, whenever the data is basically coming to our industrial cloud, that cloud is basically first clean this data, this real life data. In our solution, that some data cleaning is also done within that particular slab unit. However, that the final data cleaning is basically done within the cloud server. Okay, once cloud server is basically cleaning this data, then what happens? Cloud server is basically process this data through AI based algorithm. Okay, and after processing, cloud server is basically observe if any abnormal data is basically present or not. If any abnormal data is present, then what happens? Then through the machine learning, that cloud server is basically make the decision that something is wrong is basically happening within the machine. Okay, and that information is basically transferred to the user. Okay, and user can see that what types of the things are basically happening within the machine. Okay, that thing is basically seen that basically user can see in his or laptop or desktop. Okay, now what happened? That is the total scenario. How the industrial machine are basically health, industrial machine health are basically monitored through a IoT based system. That thing are basically shown in that particular figure. Now what happened? That the total application is basically divided into 3 different layers. Okay, in perspective of networking, data gathering, and data analysis. Okay, now what happened? One is the machine data acquisition layer. Here we use that the different IoT based that is sensor based IoT device. Okay, these devices are basically capturing the real life data and transmit to our lab unit. Okay, this is one layer, that is the data gathering layer. After that the data and networking layer. In that layer we also process this data and make some decision. Okay, and after that what happened? We have another layer, that is the application layer. Okay, application layer, what happened? That user basically seen the real life condition, and alarm also basically generate with respect to the abnormality of the data. Okay, and user basically make some decision also, or something is basically doing whenever such abnormality is basically found. Okay, that is the simplest IoT based solution. Now use case diagram that here I just mentioned. Okay, the managed industrial machine here. Okay, and what happened that administrator can see all the information, okay, regarding that the machine. Okay, after that user and staff also present that the maintain the machine. Okay, whenever that abnormality is found, then automatically one message is basically going to the administrator and as well as the that is the staff. Okay, and whenever that message is coming, that staff is basically know that something wrong is basically going on in the machine, and they immediately go to that particular machine and repair that particular machine. Okay, that is the use case diagram that I have mentioned in this particular slide. Now in that slide, that I basically try to show you that how the all the things are basically done within a industrial machine health monitoring system. Okay, here is the system initialize, that is sensor monitoring, that how the sensor schedule sensor monitoring, that how the sensor is basically capture the real time data, that scheduling, that is capturing with respect to that 1 minute interval or continuously monitor or half an hour interval, that sensor is basically capture the real time information. This thing basically we require to set in IoT based device. Okay. Now whenever this data is basically captured by the IoT based device, that data is basically transferred to the cloud. Okay, to communication technology. After that processing is done. Okay, so that is a flow diagram you can see. Now here is the most important thing. You can see in that particular picture, this is the real life data. Okay, how the real life data look like that I have mentioned in this particular graph. Okay, this is a real life data, that is a vibration data. That data, whenever come to that particular cloud server, then we require to process this data. Okay, this is a continuous signal. Okay, that whenever we just get this signal, then what happens? We require to process this data. Okay, that's mean that signal is basically first converted to the digital signal, and after that digital signal is basically processed, and that after that this digital signal is basically managed, processed by a machine learning algorithm and make some decisions. The point is that this is the real data. Now we require to process this data and we make some decision with respect to processing. Okay. Now I have also mentioned that different blocks that actually engage in that particular system. Okay. What types of the tasks is basically performed in different blocks, okay, in that particular machine health monitoring system, IoT-enabled machine health monitoring system. Okay. That how the sensor is basically performed and other things that I have mentioned. I'm not going to details about this. Okay, this is not so much important. Okay, now another most interesting application that yes, if you have any question, then you can ask. Okay, if you have no question, then I just continue. Okay.
Sir, there is a query. Sorry
yes.
to interrupt you. There is one query from one of the participants.
Yes, sir.
That is Mr. Srinivasan K. So his question is reliability of the sensors fixed in the what is the reliability of the sensors fixed in the industrial machine? Maybe he just want to ask the lifetime of the what is the lifespan of the sensors.
Okay. Thank you. That is very good question. Now what happened? Reliability is basically depending on the cost of the sensor. Okay. Because nowadays what happened that so much low cost sensor also available in the market. Okay. If we use low cost sensor, then obviously that reliability of that particular sensor is not so good. Okay. However, if we use that high quality sensor, obviously that high quality sensor cost is basically high. Okay. If we use this high quality sensor, then we can get 80 to 90% reliable data. Okay. For high quality sensor. And if you just purchase that the local sensor from Amazon and other, okay, I'm not said that this product is bad. Okay, I'm only said that the exact scenario. If you only purchase that the vibration sensor from Amazon and other Flipkart, then that the accuracy is very less. Okay, whatever the data you just capture from this particular sensor, most of the cases this data is not usable. Okay, because on that types of this device, this sensor is basically used to make some toy. Okay, whatever the sensor are basically available in Amazon and Flipkart, these sensor are basically used to make the toy and little low computation. Okay, if you want a good data or accurate data, obviously you require to use high quality sensor. And if you use the high quality sensor, then we get, as per my experience, we get 80 to 90% accurate data. Okay, after that, little bit we require to process this data. Okay. Now, next also a most important IoT application, that is the IoT based pest management and control system. Okay. In that also one of my patent, that patent has basically already published, that is an Indian patent. Okay, in that particular device, what we basically developed, in that case we basically use some camera. Okay, and here you can see that picture, real life picture of this particular pest management and control device, whatever we have developed. Okay. In that particular device, what happened, we can kill that harmful pest without using any pesticide, because nowadays pesticide is very harmful for our health. Okay, most of the farmer is basically use pesticide to kill the pest. However, that most of the cases this pesticide is not totally dissolved. Okay, that's why some of the pesticide is basically present in our crop and in our food. Okay, that basically make huge impact in our health. Okay, nowadays, and that's why we just made this particular device. That device basically killed that 80 to 85% pest without using any pesticide. Okay, without any pesticide. Now, I just briefly describe how this particular device is basically working. Okay, now you can see that here we just basically use a bucket, and bucket have some water. Okay, and that water is basically heating by some heater. Okay. Okay. That is, some battery is basically present within that lower portion box, and with the help of this particular battery, that water is basically heated. Okay, and in night what happened, we just use a light here. Okay, blue light. Okay, that LED light we basically use. That light also powered by this particular battery. In this light is basically on in night mode, and that light is basically attracted some pest. Okay, some of the pests are basically attracted by this light, and whenever this pest is basically coming, then this pest is basically drop down within that particular hot water, and that pest is basically killed. Okay. Now what happened, how this particular device is basically connected to the internet. Okay, we connected this particular device to the internet, okay, through a wireless module, and whatever the pest are basically drop down in that particular water, okay, that picture is basically captured by a camera. Okay. Whenever that camera is basically capture this pest image, okay, that image is basically transferred to the internet cloud. Okay, and internet cloud is process this picture and make the Ds and which types of pest are basically attacked within the crop. Okay, and how much pest is basically destroyed. Okay, if there is requirement for further pesticide pest, that spraying this pesticide, okay, if this particular device is not capable to control all the pest, okay, then there is a requirement to spray some pesticide or not. These types of decision we are basically making in the cloud server. Okay, so that is also a very interesting IoT application, real life IoT application. Okay. Now another most interesting application, that also one project that I have completed, that also funded by the DST, Government of India. In that particular project, we basically monitor health status. 1 minute. That in that particular project, what happened? We just monitor health condition of dairy cow. Now, how this particular concept is basically coming in our mind, how this particular project concept is basically coming in our mind, that I just share some few words. That most of the cases you can observe in our village that nowadays veterinary person is basically continuously reduced. Okay, that's why what happened in village farmer, they are basically not that interested for dairy farming, because that veterinary doctor not easily available. Okay, that's why this project is basically coming in my mind, that why not we make a automated system. That automated system is basically capture that real health condition of a particular cow. Okay, and that particular system automatically make the decision that particular cow is basically require any medical treatment or not. Okay, that's why in this particular project we are basically developed a system where some device is basically fixed. You can see in the previous picture here, one device is basically fixed with cow bed. Okay, and that device is basically capture physical parameter of a particular cow. Okay, that is temperature, and that is that movement pattern. Okay, and that the sound, because whenever cow is basically sick, they are basically create a special type of sound. Okay, this and other parameter also capture this particular device, and this device is basically send this real life data to our center server. Okay, and central server is basically capturing this data and process this data. If any abnormality is found within that particular data, then what happens? Then this abnormal data is basically transferred to that particular veterinary doctor. Okay, that this types of problem is basically detected by the machine. Okay, that information is basically reached to veterinary doctor mobile, and whenever that message is basically coming to the veterinary doctor mobile phone, then veterinary doctor is basically check this data. Okay, and if they found that is diagnosis is okay, then what happens? Veterinary doctor instruct a field worker. The field worker is basically a owner of this cow or any other 10 person. Okay, as per the instruction of the veterinary doctor, that field worker basically make the treatment of this particular dairy cow. Okay, so that is the whole IoT based automated cow health monitoring system that basically save a huge amount of dairy cow. Those are basically died in early. Okay, that is the automated system. Okay, in that case, what happens? One veterinary doctor can look a huge number of dairy cow. Okay, and that veterinary doctor did not visit to remote village. They can control all the things from a city. Okay, that is the core concept of this project, and then whatever the technology that I have discussed, that depending on that particular technology, we have also published one patent on this technology. And after that, we also enhance these systems for extra detection. That means what happens, that most of the cases that farmer are basically miss heat cycle of a dairy cow. Okay, and if one farmer is basically miss heat cycle whenever that cow is basically going to heat, if farmer is unable to predict that time, then a huge loss is basically done in dairy farming. Okay, because that whenever that pregnancy period of a particular dairy cow is coming, if farmer is basically miss this particular time, then again farmer is basically required to wait for 6 months. Okay, and 6 months that farmer is required to give the food of this particular cow. Okay, that is basically increase the farming cost. Okay, that's why we also developed another device that is also integrated with that particular health monitoring device. That device also that is basically detect whenever that particular cow is basically in heat cycle. Okay, that time is basically detected, and that information going to the veterinary doctor, and as per the veterinary doctor suggestion, that farmer take the initiative. Okay, that also another part of this particular project. Okay, now I just stop my presentation here. Okay, if you have any doubt and any query, then you can ask anyone.
I think the questions, there's no more questions. So I.
Sorry, I just.
Thanks.
Praveen sir, I think can we make the two participant as the panelists so that they can ask their questions? They have raised the hands, as I can see in the participants panel. Dr. T. Nalini and Muthuku Raman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. So that they can interactively ask the question. It is sometimes difficult to write the long questions in the chat box.
You please.
Should I
whatever the
make
question.
him a panelist?
And meanwhile, other participants can write questions in the chat box because many of the queries can be suitably handled.
Yeah. Muthu Kumaran is available now.
So very good evening, sir.
Good evening.
You can ask.
Sir, it is Muthu Kumaran attending from Hyderabad. So very nice to see
Okay,
that you
good,
have been,
good.
sir, you have been given very detailed presentation about IoT and what are the things which has been done by you. Very amazing to see that you have been done a lot of things, sir. So I'm having two basic questions. I'm having two basic questions to from my side, sir. First question is, I understand that IoT is having a lot of advantages and sensor interfacing, and we can have the cloud data store. Everything is there, sir. How best it can be over superior or over superior than the PLC, sir? The PLC also one of the control system, and when you compare him with IoT, in what best IoT is taking upper hand over the PLC? That is my first question, sir.
Now, what is the benefit of the IoT? That most important benefit of the IoT, we can control or we can monitor any physical object from anywhere. Okay.
Okay. Yes,
That
sir.
is the most important features of IoT.
No, actually, sorry for interrupting, sir. Actually, right now, I was working on a PLC also. In that, there was a Siemens, that was a PLC given available in the market. Siemens make, there is a concept of web server. If you're having the web server programming it, then we can also have the same option what we're doing in IoT. We can also see the status of the plant over the phone or any of the detail app. There also we can able to control. That is, I'm thinking.
Then another features I will tell you. Another feature is that we are capturing the data, okay, through sensor-based device, and these sensor-based devices are basically lots of devices are basically used to capturing the real life data. Okay, that also another features of IoT. Okay, and these devices are not connected wire-based. These devices are connected wirelessly. Okay, that's why IoT is more flexible. Okay, because we can develop a IoT solution in anywhere. Suppose that if we just take one example, we just try to develop a particular IoT-based solution for a remote village. Okay, where there is no network infrastructure. That means that village have no mobile tower. Suppose you just imagine. Nowadays it is a very rare case. However, you just imagine in a village there is no network infrastructure. That means there is no mobile tower and anything. Okay. However, on that particular village, we can develop a IoT-based solution. Okay. We have one network technology, that is ad hoc network technology. Helping this particular ad hoc network technology, we can develop a IoT-based solution for that particular village also. So that's why obviously IoT-based solution is more flexible compared to other technology. Other technology have, okay, some of the technology basically perform similar types of job. Okay. However, specialty of the IoT, that is more flexible. Okay, and currently that the accuracy of IoT-based system not so high. Okay, that's why we just try to develop a accurate system. That research is basically going on. In future, we have a particular IoT-based system, that system will give a that is maximum accurate result. Okay. I hope that that thing is clear.
Yes, sir. I think we have another participant, Dr. T. Nalini.
Yes, yes.
Praveen sir, can you make host, give him, can you make him or her the panelist so that questions can be asked?
Sir, I think they are not.
Available. You have made them as a panelist? Because
No, sir.
are you able to figure out in the list?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have made him panelist,
Yeah, Dr. T. Nalini.
but I think he is not available.
Okay. Then
So one
any
question
other
is
question?
in chat box.
Yeah,
Okay, sir,
please.
one question is.
There's will there, I think this has already discussed, will there any health issues to the cow due to radiation if the device is continuously functioning on the neck?
Please, sir, Achin sir, can you repeat this particular question?
Sir, this question is from Dr. VSR Sharma.
Yes.
He wants to ask, will there be any health issue to the cow due to radiation if the device is continuously functioning on the neck?
No, there basically what happened that during that transmission we are basically using very low frequency. Okay, due to the low frequency there is no health issue because we have tested our device that is from 1 hour, 1 year and 2 years, last 2 years, that still now there is no health issue occur in the monitoring front. Because what happened, we are basically use very low frequency for data transmission. Okay, that not create any health issue. Okay. So still now, you know that we basically in our natural environment we have so many radiation. Okay. That's why with respect to that there is no health issue occurring.
Okay, so thank you, sir. This question was actually asked by Mr. A.M. Guru Singamani. So he has asked this question. So, there are no more questions, I think.
Dr. Achin, you can deliver a thanks note to our esteemed guest.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And another announcement, if any participant have any doubt they can send their question in my email address also. Okay.
Sure.
Sir, I think
Email
in
address I
the
have-
in the new WebEx version, many participants have joined from the mobile network. So I guess they are not able to post their questions in the
Pose
chat
their
box.
question.
But anyhow, yeah. So anyhow, you have generously said that you will be able to answer the questions on your email. So we request the
Yes.
participants to please, please mail to your to the Dr. Chanak ID, because we have already given you the mail IDs of all the resource persons in the schedule and the brochure. So kindly use that facility. So meanwhile, I am over to Dr. Achin for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, dear sir. Good afternoon to one and all present on this digital platform. On the behalf of the FDP team and SKIT family, I extend my sincere thanks to our esteemed guest, Dr. Prasenjit Chanak, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, IIT BHU, for sparing time from his busy schedule to grace the session. So today, we had an opportunity to hear your expertise in the field of IIoT and its applications in healthcare, agriculture, smart villages, home automation, etc. Use of IoT in real world, such as pest management system, health monitoring system of dairy cows. So this will definitely put motivation in research work for a number of participants. Sir, we are grateful to you for explaining components, network technologies of IoT in very liquid manner. Your insights are very useful to us. Thank you, sir, for giving your precious time from your busy schedule and sharing the bundle of knowledge with us. I
Thank you,
extend my
sir. Thank
sincere
you also.
thanks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for being here. From the busy schedule,
Thank you, sir.
you have spared the time. Yes, sir.
I
Thank you, sir.
extend my
Yes,
sincere
sir.
thanks
Thank
to
you.
all the
Achin, sir.
participants.
Thank you.
We
Naveen,
will
also
try to
thank
have
you.
you. We will try to have you physically on our campus, sir, when the thing will resume.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
We will try to reach you. Thanks. It's
So
very kind of you,
just
sir. Okay.
we
Okay.
will also want to have a session photograph, sir. So kindly, sir, wait.
Yeah.
Sir. I extend my
So we want a
sincere thanks
photograph.
to all the participants also for attending the session and showing the interest. I express my sincere thanks to the FDP coordinator, Professor Dheeraj Joshi, sir, for his endless efforts, coordination, and motivation in organizing this Atal FDP. I would also express my gratitude and heartfelt thanks to the SKIT management for providing support and encouragement in organizing this Atal FDP. May I request all the panelists to put on their camera for their session photograph. Thank you. Chanak sir, your
Just 1 minute. I just. Now it is okay.
yes, sir.
Achin sir, done.
So thank you all
Thank you,
once
sir.
again. We hope you all have a very good learning experience today. We look forward to your presence in tomorrow's session at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.